What y'all know about Mechanicsville arachnids? With 10 trillion ants swarming all over with mandibles latching. Atlantis finest, mantis madness, the otis. Alkaline pilot Osiris, so solid go modest. And to be exact, this there ain't no more playing GA Tamaray. Open all three of your eyelids. The highest title, numero uno, commander-in-chief on this beat. Remember your fleet to Guantanamo. I saw we playing dominoes, man. When you hop in the whip, bumping the Celia cruising, I knew they go Calderon. Then hit the liquid eyes, looking like Riddick Chronicles dominoes. It's the Honorable Apache break Geronimo, woke path on the prodigal, keeping your eye on the Powerball. Now you see we switching lanes. What y'all really know about the Ripper's veins? So many names, shot down in flames. Woe after woe, we see through they games. Password, hood, rave, pound, settle, dose. Shout out to be for highway folk, holding down O's. Oh, midday, took my X chromosome. X decimal syllabary, electrical gloom, metal chrome. Poem, manifesting in song. And took one for my folks that's gone. I'm so good, I'm on. The book is on. Good looking throne. Keep booking down. This here Brooklyn Con. Keep on cooking, y'all. Or make sure to check your phone and update the song. And toke one for my folks that's gone. And this goes back to TNC surf. About the same time Bill and Ted's adventure had crossed my turf. DNA time travel ley line of earth. Master of rain, kick flip on vert. Triptych televised, picnic reverse. Misfits telling lies, lifted the curse. Hit, hooray, Don Quixote Bay. Trick switch, terrorize, this is the verse.
Alright, boom, live. Alright, so today's lecture is about an ongoing issue. As some of y'all know, I corrected a lecture by Rashad Jamal months ago, and I was threatened by one of his followers or a troll page of his own. If you look at the page, it goes back to about 2007. The person said, like, where you at in Atlanta? Being a father, getting verbal threats about wanting to fight online. I take that type of stuff very, very seriously. I've had 3 cousins that were just lost, 2 to gang violence. 1, we're still searching for what happened to him, how he was found in the river, right? So, so I take these things very seriously. A more detailed investigation, into what's been going on, because Rashad Jamal has just been arrested, I believe, on the 3rd of this month. On May 3rd, he was taken in, apprehended by Georgia police, or they could have been marshals. And, we're going to go through his record today because, he's been, his fans are actually toting guns. Shout out to, and cool live stream, you know what I'm saying? They've been showing, Rashad wilding out in stores, you know what I'm saying? Being on some provocateur kind of stuff and having a very extensive criminal record, while masquerading as a, positive healer. So I want to give a shout out, ain't no playing GA, shout out to the DA. People are asking me, am I an agent? No, I'm not an agent, but I'm an agent for change, agent for positivity. And I think that, positivity is always a good thing, And so, yeah, I come from the era of, the early mid-90s backpack, like righteous kind of hip hop, positive hip hop type of stuff where when the gangster stuff was coming out, we were always dissing the gangster stuff. And now the youth that are, been born recently within the past 20 years, a lot of people see gangster as like the norm, but, that can't sustain itself in society. So I disagree with WAC 100 and all the people acting like it's culture and all that stuff. And if it can't sustain itself, it's not a culture. So yeah, so we're going to go down to the Gangster Disciples. And so I'm going to read this. So the Gangster Disciples. So Gangster Disciple. So I'm going to go through this. The Gangster Disciples are an African-American street and prison gang which formed in the south side of Chicago in the late 1960s by Larry Hoover, leader of the Supreme Gangsters, and David Barksdale, leader of the Black Disciples. Antonio Knowles of Maui City continues to be a prominent name on the GD community. The two groups united to form the Black Gangster Disciple Nation, BGDN. The BGDN divided into two factions, today known as the Gangster Disciples and the Black Disciples. Today, the two gangs are bitter rivals. Symbolisms and colors. The predominant symbol of this gang is the six-pointed Star of David. The Gangster Disciples also use the upward cross pitchforks, rakes, or pitchforks, and a heart. The organization's members wear black and blue attire. So yeah, Rashad used to wear, in the past video we did, he was wearing all red, then he switched to all blue, but I don't know what he's in, but we're gonna go through his record today because his fans are toting guns as well. They're calling him God with the big G. They're saying reflections. They're on the whole Nature Boy tip. And once again, shout out to DA for getting Nature Boy and Young Thug, all these cults off the street. We've transitioned into this like Charles Manson kind of rap cult era, and Lemmings and even R. Kelly, Lemmings following the Pied Piper into damnation and stuff, and it's good that I take the law as a double-edged sword always. You could have a crooked police officer, you could have a positive police officer, and I look at things by each case separately. In this case, they've got a dangerous person off the street, very, very dangerous person off the street. Especially telling fans to go out and hurt people, hurt the witnesses and stuff like that, intimidate witnesses, yeah, so Gangster Disciples, we'll continue this. The Gangster Disciples were established on the south side of Chicago in Illinois in 1969 by Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover was the leader of his own gang called the Supreme Gangsters, while David Barksdale was also the leader of his own gang called the Devil Disciples. They later united into two gangs in 1969 and called themselves the Black Gangster Disciples. The Gangster Disciples are active in 110 cities and 31 states, predominantly in Midwestern and Southeastern United States, and also maintain a significant presence in the U.S. prison system. The gang has been approximately 50,000, has been estimated, approximately 50,000 to 90,000 members. The Gangster Disciples first emerged in significant numbers in Memphis. From my dad's side, Tennessee, Cherokee. The first modern street gang to do so. In January 2021, several alleged members of Gangster Disciples, including national and state leaders of the gang, were indicted on charges of racketeering, murder in the aid of racketeering, attempted murder in the aid of racketeering, and weapons charges. Right? So, once again, we're talking about, RICO charges and things like that. And, most of these rappers now are all parts of gangs, and, it's usually the Bloods that are the dominant. But I think, all the real gangs, be stopped, because the organized crime got taken out of the entertainment industry, even all the way up to Steven Seagal being extorted by the mafia. We've talked about that in past lectures. Because that was, a very, very recent account of just how people would shake people down, and people do that type of stuff on the internet as well. So today we're going to be going through, Rashad Jamal information on his basically his record. So we're going to go through that. But so I'm going to bring this thing in right here. This indigenous warrior, this person. Changed their name to Indigenous Warrior, one of his followers. And I'm going to show this picture right in here. Let's see. But let's click on the symbol. Let's click on it bigger so you can see the symbol. So this is the Gangster Disciple symbol, right? It's got the 360 in the middle. All right, so let's paste this in. Yeah, let's paste that. Boom. There we go. All right, so the guy that was named Sun Ra the Shaman has now changed his name to Indigenous Warrior. This was the guy that threatened me and was like, "Where you at? Where you at?" And he's been, I reported it to YouTube. I reported it to YouTube that, he was physically threatening me. He was like, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta, just like you. Where you at? Pull up," type of thing. You know, he's like, "I heard you have beef with my homie Rashad Jamal." And I said I don't have beef, with I just corrected some parallels. I did a purely scientific thing. I corrected the 33rd parallels that he was reciting in a lecture that was misinformation, and I corrected the misinformation. In the past, when I corrected Babu, a lot of people got mad when I corrected Babu's whiteboard drawings. You know what I'm saying? And at here at TTM Academy, we do a lot of corrections and we correct, a lot of information. And we're always open for people to, correct our information. All right. So yeah, this guy's changed his name to Indigenous Warrior. So who knows who this guy is, but uh, yeah, joined March 10th, 2007. He's obviously older, or she, right? Is obviously older because 2007 is near the birth of YouTube, like 2005, 2006, all those first videos. But so it's obviously a person could be Rashad, could not be Rashad, could just be a fan. But this fan never ever, if you go to Rashad's actual video on the 33rd parallel where I made the corrections, he's never actually this person, Indigenous Warrior, who used to be called Sun Ra the Shaman, uh, never commented once. So, who knows who this person is, but they threatened me. And now recent fans, when I did the lecture on Rashad uh, being denied bond, a lot of his fans are coming for social media people, and making threats towards them. The people that actually showed up at the Kulu live stream exposed the fact that the people that showed up to the actual hearing where he was denied bond, uh, they had guns and stuff like smoking blunts and toting guns in the mirror in a hotel, like a bunch of people meeting up, and and they're all young, you know what I'm saying? So, this cat's off the street for a reason. He's definitely a danger to the community. He's inciting violence, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go through some of that violence. So let me find this PDF. All right, so just give me a second. Gotta find this PDF. Let's see. But I think it's also ironic that I was being threatened by his camp, and then boom, now he's in jail without bond. I think, that's why we're going to go through the record. So let me find this PDF. See. All right, there we go. I'm gonna bring this. Let's see. Go to page 4. All right, so we're going to start here. So in the last lecture, we confirmed that he was at Exeter Court at a certain point, you know, um, and it's very very interesting to see. I'm actually from Milwaukee as well, so I have family in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin that was found dead in the river in Milwaukee behind the stadium, behind Brewer Stadium, he, it could have been a gang person. It could have been somebody related to Maul. That's why I'm putting this information out as well. This is all overlaps, all this gang stuff, because I had a blood cousin that was killed by a blood, that was in Atlanta, and I had a straight laced cousin that was killed by a friend that he knew growing up that was, trap music fan, probably a part of some gang, either this gang or another gang, but they're all pretty much the same if they're causing mayhem. That's why I would never call something a culture that can't sustain itself. Culture has to be able to produce families. You know what I'm saying? Right? Unless it's a subculture. You know, subcultures can be destructive. But I still wouldn't call gang culture a culture. So yeah, these are just like different addresses. But if you get into the actual report, it's very very extensive. So we're gonna start going through here. So let's see. So we already went through, using the Wisconsin CCAP in Milwaukee, the domestic violence charge that he pled guilty to, right? So this is for, the people that are talking about, oh, these aren't facts, these aren't real things. These are just real facts. So we're just going to look at real facts, right? All right, so I got it on for, oh, okay, so we're not even looking at it. I have to paste it into here. All right, let's see. So yeah, last time we did Exeter Court. Like we confirmed that it's him at Exeter Court in Snellville, Georgia. Obviously now he's in at Creel with the new place. But yeah, so I got family in Milwaukee. This is all very very serious when people are threatening you, and now this person's in jail. You know, so we're gonna go down. So we're going to actual criminal records. So let's start here. Disclaimer, the criminal record, let's see, may not be 100 actually. Okay, so likely criminal record. So yeah, this is all alleged, but this is all real. I'm not even gonna say it's alleged because this is, actual real records, right? So likely criminal records, Rashad White. Remember his name is Rashad Jamal White. So there could be a lot of other Rashad Wrights out there. I'm not even gonna talk about this being intoxication, whatever. We're gonna skip that, because in Europe you can walk around intoxicated, right? So I'm trying to be as impartial as possible, but I'm told this person is a gangster disciple and is using Hotepism to act like, reinvent themselves and use it as a possible as a hustle, uh, and I'm found out through Kulu and World News that, they used the video in court of Rashad's wife talking to the Conscious Community woman. She has a channel called Conscious Community, and they use that in court against Rashad because his wife was talking about riding out like Thelma and Louise, or really not Thelma and Louise, more like what do you call it? Bonnie and Clyde. Kind of like going out with the bang and going out in a shootout. She said if her kids weren't there, she would have she was acting crazy, like she was a soldier or something, like she was Sarah Connor. All right, so now yeah, so let's see. So we're skipping the minor intoxication. So Rashad J. White, based on personal details. So we see here, uh, charges filed January 12th, 2012. These dates aren't in order, just so you know. So charges filed. Crime location was Illinois Cook County. Crime classification C, right? Attempted murder. All right, so we're starting out with that attempted murder. Grade of offense misdemeanor. I didn't know they have misdemeanor attempted murders. That's interesting. Degree of offense F. All right, arrest date January 10th, 2012. All right, so the disposition was superseded by direct indictment, so he was indicted. February 6th, 2012. All right, so January 8th, charges filed, soliciting unlawful business. All right, charges filed January 14th, 2008, Illinois Cook County, quasi-criminal offense, offense description, soliciting unlawful business. So that can be a number of things. Soliciting unlawful business can be a vendor as well as somebody having work. All right, to keep with the algorithms, keep it clean. So yeah, he could have been a vendor and he could have been selling, give him the benefit of the doubt. But this attempted murder thing in 2012 was superseded by a direct indictment. That means like a jury you know, decided on that. Like possibly an 18-person jury, I think, in Chicago. That's just, don't quote me on that. But let's see. Now, so May 25th, 2007, charges filed criminal damage to property knowingly. Happened May 25th. Cook County again. This is in Chicago. Criminal damage to property. Right. Stricken off. All right. Leave, reinstate. All right. So 2007, charges filed cannabis possession, 2.5 to 10. I'm not sure if that's grams or ounces. I don't know what that is. But charges filed, Illinois Cook County, misdemeanor, cannabis possession, da da da. Great. Well, cannabis is legal now, possession. So that's, we can strike that off. So let's keep it moving. Uh, in Illinois is what I'm saying, but that's a new law. All right. So July 22nd. And as far as my opinions on that subject, I feel like, it should be a federal legal thing, obviously. But it might just have to be, state by state at first, or might always be state by state. States should have the right to uh, to not have it. But obviously, it was, used back in the day to segregate people because they made it during the jazz swing era, and they didn't want the Euro women miscegenating with black and Mexican people. So that was clearly you can look it up. So July 22nd, 2005, charges filed soliciting unlawful business. Once again, this could be vending. It could be selling sneakers, without a permit. But it can also be work as well. All right, so February 7th, 2005, charges filed theft, property. So Illinois Cook County, disposition stricken off, leave reinstated. All right, so charges filed, criminal trespass to land. That's just walking. I'll skip over that. Trespass to land, to trespass. So finding of guilty on the second one, because that can also be kind of like stalking too, if it's like a girlfriend, but maybe it's a business, you know. Uh, March 10th, 2005, charges filed, criminal trespass to land. Da-da-da. Let's see, Rashad White. All right, so it's Rashad J. White. So now let's go to February 10th, 2012, charges filed, aggregated unlawful use of weapons. Right. Felony disposition. No prosequi. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to look it up, see what it means. One way to settle a case is by using noel prosequi, which means will no longer prosecute in Latin. Noel prosequi terminates the prosecution pending on the indictment. Okay, so he got that. He got that drop. That means he got it dropped. All right. See, now we're in the era where you can, Google can help you find out a lot of different things. So yeah, this is the information that's out there. Rashad J. White matching. Let's see. Now they're not really saying what the crime is in this section. I feel like these are just different bookings. See personal details. This just seems like it's showing bookings, and it's not really showing detailed accounts of what the bookings are. They're showing what the bail is. $800,000 bail. That's a lot. That's very serious. This happened in January 2012. So this might be that thing at the top, the murder thing, where the jury. So Yeah, charges filed January 12th, 2012, attempted murder. January 10th, arrest date January 10th, charges filed 2012. So that's all. This stuff down here is related to that January 12th, 2012 murder, attempted murder. Because this all says January 12th. But yeah, $800,000 bail, which I guess they have to pay, what, 10% of that? That's $80,000 to get out. I remember when I was in high school, my homie in high school, Neblo, he got arrested, and I remember I probably only had $150 to my name, and it was like maybe $110 to get him out or something. I don't think he ever paid me back. But yeah, so that was that 2012 thing offense. These ones are showing the actual information now. I was in a different section. All right, so that was that section right here, where this was all from that 2012 $800,000 bail thing. All right, so boom, we're going farther down. All right, so February 10th, 2012, charges filed, attempted murder, intent to kill. Uh, it was February 10th, 2012. Okay, so they dropped that. I guess this is what he was saying, that he got 6 years or 4 years maybe, and he was saying he could have got 40 to 50 years or something like that. So they dropped that one, uh, a felony attempt into murder. So let's see, they dropped this one, fourth degree felony, aggravated something on a person, and they dropped this, and then not guilty on discharge of a firearm, not, and then they dropped aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, and then not guilty on this. This one wasn't dropped, but I guess the judge ruled maybe not guilty on aggravated discharge of a firearm. Charges filed, weapon, aggressive, public, superseded by direct indictment. So he was indicted on this, of all those charges. And that happened February 6, 2012. So felony of the fourth degree. So all these other ones were dropped and not guilty above it. And then he finally got guilty on this one. Right. Yeah. January 12th. So those other ones were on February 10th. All right, so January 12th was dropped. Possession of ammunition, that was dropped. And then charges filed, possession of firearm, defaced, that was superseded by direct indictment, which means he was indicted on it. So that's two so far. Then January 12th, charges filed, attempted murder, he was indicted on it. That wasn't dropped because there was a lot of charges here. This was also January 12th, charges filed, aggravated battery. Wow, this is really scary and shocking. This makes total sense that this guy has no bail. If you look at all this stuff, superseded by direct indictment, which means he was indicted. It says, all right. So, and the offense is aggravated battery, discharge of a firearm, uh, solicitation of unlawful business. That's the old stuff. We already went through these charges: criminal trespass of land, criminal damage, stricken off, stricken motion. So yeah, these are the older ones. aggravated assault with a knife. And I'm not sure that the Wisconsin one is here, but I guess it is. Yeah, guilty, no contest. So he pled guilty, no contest here. It could be both, because no contest is not saying guilty or not guilty, but it says both. So yeah, in us he plead no contest. So he pled no contest, but in Wisconsin he pled guilty. As we saw in the past lecture, right? Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then Gwinnett County. Yeah, I don't want to harbor too much on this, but I do want to get to. So we went through those main charges, right? And he says he did like 4 to 6 years for these charges, but you know, having threats that are like saying, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta, where you at?" And he has a song name, "Where You At?" I take that stuff very seriously, and that's why I think the DA is doing a great thing here in Atlanta by arresting all these cults. With Slim Thugs, YSL, with all these cults that are kind of trying to take over. We're gonna look up, and the next lecture that's probably coming out is my homie TC Islam, rest in peace. He was also taken away too early here in Atlanta, and it's just too much, especially when it's the positive people getting taken out, you know. And that's that's the problem. This is the continuation of the Gangster Hotep lecture, and why the Gangster Hotep thing is definitely a problem. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna uh, back to this Gangster Disciple thing, right? And we're gonna just click Gangster Disciples in general. We're gonna go to images, right? And you type Gangster Disciples, and you can see you find Trap Lord Ross in the middle of it. Notice how we see Trap Lord Ross in the middle. I'm doing a perfect middle zoom up. That's Trap Lord Ross, and I've had to start studying his stuff because he's uh, informing the world about the gang movements and what's happening. And obviously the police are watching, Trapler Ross, and they're watching academics, and the rappers aren't smart enough to realize that, they're just literally telling on themselves. It's like Young Thug was literally saying everything on Facebook and in the songs, and they think they could just, Jay-Z's trying to help them get away with it by saying they can rap about whatever they want and they should be protected as an art form. But it's like, no, that's ridiculous, because that's like the same thing that the Catholic Church was doing with um, having people be able to confess to the preacher, and then everything just goes away. That means they can just like confess to the track. Like the track is, the recorder logic is the the preacher listening to them. They want to just be admonished, and that to me, that's like spreading anarchy. And I think what really needs to happen in hip hop these days is, the anarchy needs to stop, because it's destroying the communities. It's real serious. Like all my young cousins are passing away. You know what I'm saying? And and that's just, I don't find that happening amongst my homies of other ethnicities. All their like nephews and stuff aren't dying. And I'm going to be doing a lecture soon about Greg Street at V103, because the thing is, my nephew just won an award at and 103. He got $103, and they were playing like really mean stuff in front of the kids, and gang grooming stuff, gun stuff in front of the kids. I'm not against guns. I'm open carry and stuff like that, and concealed carry. But I'm against gangster stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like organized crime, and because guns can do both. They can either protect or harm. It's a double-edged sword. But yeah, so right. We can see like the gang. You see GDs. Uh, this is a Chicago Gang Disciples. I'll type Gangster Disciples to be more accurate. Chicago Gangster Disciples. right? So you can see, trap lore is still up in there, and this is I'm not sure which rappers are Gangster Disciples, but we've been told that Rashad is, and if you look at all this stuff, it's like a lot of uh, the rappers are making a lot of money, like Rick Ross, right? And then everybody else is just going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And like somebody might, hand a mixtape to somebody. Like I gave my mixtape to Fat Joe back in the day, or no, I handed Fat Joe some beats back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like they might meet somebody at a party and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna wild out," just like how they say they wild out on these tracks and whatnot, and maybe they really are wilding out like that on the tracks in real life, But it's just like it's too much because it influences the community to wild out, and it's inciting hysteria in the community, and the Crips and the Bloods and the BDs and the GDs, they've literally been inciting violence in black communities and now it's fused into the music, and people are promoting it like it's a positive thing, like it's culture, and they're trying to make Whack 100 like a lecturer, right? It's like Whack 100 should be banned from these radio stations. They shouldn't be allowing gang people on stuff. You know what I'm saying? They weren't allowing the Corleone family or whatever families. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I don't even know if Drake and them are you know with all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me flip to this next thing. So to end this off, I think that with Rashad Jamal, with Young Thug, with the Colts, it's a new era, and I think the DA should run for mayor. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the law. It's a double-edged sword, of course, but good officers can do good, and bad officers can do bad. And yeah, there's a lot of bad officers, especially uh, you know, historically. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not with that like anti-police thing, because a lot of people are, a lot of his followers are just kind of like burn everything down. And anytime you have people that are pushing guns and stuff like that, um, and coming for other people that are like just trying to like listen to lectures and be conscious and whatnot, that's too much. And you're calling people agents. So we're gonna go to the definition of what agent is. I'm gonna type agent. Let's see. Type agent. What's an agent? They show a picture of a Euro guy, but let me go to like all and see the actual definition. But that's deep, that needs to change. That's Google being their algorithms being racist by only showing European men when you write agent. Why can't it be, but obviously the men in black thing it kind of permeates that. So let's see, agent, a person who acts on behalf of another person or group, right? So like an attorney is an agent of, the retainer, right? So a person or thing that takes an active role or produces a specified effect, right? So people are saying like, oh, you're agent, you're agent. I'm not being paid by any government agency, but you know, um, I'm pro my country. I'm pro America. I'm not one of those people like, oh, I can't wait to leave America. I'm like, yo, America is my ancestral home. You know what I'm saying? So, I love America. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, but so let's go to here. Talking about the USA. You know, there's agent also a definition, agent as far as a chemical, right? Too. So a computer application designed to automate certain tasks, right? Right, one who's authorized to act for in the place of another, such as representative, emissary, or official or government. Right, so one engaged to undercover activities such as espionage. So I'm not a spy, I'm not an agent. A business representative as of an athlete or entertainer, theatrical agent. So yeah, I would say I'm an agent of underground hip hop. Positive hip hop. It doesn't even have to be underground, just positive, conscious hip hop. We've been dissing gangsters, since the gangsters first started taking over back in the '90s. we saw the problem as it was happening real time, and we've been real time talking about it. And now the DA is finally cracking down. So, that's the name of this lecture, is there ain't no playing DA in GA, you know what I'm saying, that with the DA. Ain't no playing GA, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pastor Troy and, the Atlanta people. I've been in Atlanta since, Bone Crusher was, selling rollerblades, and Little John was at, like Rowdy's in Underground or whatever. All right, peace.
What y'all know about Mechanicsville arachnids? With 10 trillion ants swarming all over with mandibles latching. Atlantis finest, mantis madness, the artist. Apple Palo Osiris so solid go modest. And to be exact, this there ain't no more playing GA Tamaray. Open all 3 of your eyelids. The highest title, numero uno, commander-in-chief on this beat. Remember your fleet of Guantanamo. I saw we playing dominoes, man. When you hop in the whip, bumping the Celia cruising, I knew they go Calderon. Then hit the liquid eyes, looking like Riddick Chronicles Dominoes. It's the Honorable Apache break Geronimo, woke path on the prodigal, keeping your eye on the Powerball. Now you see we switching lanes. What y'all really know about the Ripper's veins? So many names, shot down in flames. Woe after woe, we see through they games. Password, hood, rave, pound, settle, dose. Shout out to be for highway, folk, holding down O's. Oh, midday, took my ex chromosome. Ex-decimal, syllabary, electrical, goon, metal, chrome. Poem, manifesting in song. And took one for my folks that's gone. I'm so good, I'm on. The book gets on. Good looking throne. Keep booking down. This here Brooklyn Cone. Keep on cooking, y'all. Or make sure to check your phone and update the song. And toke one for my folks that's gone. And this goes back to TNC Surf. About the same time Bill and Ted's adventure had crossed my turf. DNA time travel ley line of earth. Master of rain, kick flip on vert. Triptych televised, picnic reverse. Misfits telling lies, lifted the curse. Hit, hooray, Don Quixote Bay. Trick switch, terrorize, this is the verse. And don't sleep on this lightness, vice grip mic. Check the hype, this nitrous fight. This nicest repeat ISIS. Neck bit, vulture my shoulder, we pirates. Lynchian spices, Libyan prices. Pineal pineal process, set a billion cycles. 50k horsepower, my S will be bison. Even Russian psychics get hype when Os is right in. Sound clash of titans, Os techno Viking, Highlander lightning. Chopping heads for biting, outlast the tightest, low, no hype, man. What y'all really know about Atlanta likings? Senses heightened in Jetsu silence, chupacabra sightings through empathic mind tricks. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. What y'all suckers know about the science of siphons? Scuba dive with dolphins, life's totally awesome. Crossword crossing, crossroad crosses. Off-road boss house, dukes are cautious. Sonically raw dog, chronologically sawed off. Quantum mechanics shotgun, Copenhagen options. Gold plated, solid state, circuit boat gossip. Popping and locking, 1990 the possum. And who the Colossus of Gotham? Heavy in Austin, worldwide Boston. And that's just for talking. Zero gravity golf and watch the bouncing Spalding.